DD214 Network podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
What's happening? Hello.
Morning.
Fucking up as always. You know, it wouldn't be a Sunday without it happening.
Hey, man, that's all right. That's all right. That's how we fucking roll here, dude. That's how we fucking roll here. Fucking shit goes wrong. Fucking everything's going sideways. The sky's raining fucking fire and blood, dude. We got ice in our veins, and we figure it the fuck out. We fit
And
here,
Jay's got a neck tattoo now.
Look at that shit. Orderly.
Damn it.
You like that shit? You like that? You like my crazy new neck tattoo?
Oh man. How's everybody feeling today?
White people.
Oh shit.
It's true. It's true.
Oh man, how we feeling today?
Hey, doing all right, man. Doing all right. Freaking got to see some family this weekend, man. That was nice. Freaking went to a fish fry yesterday. Like,
Ooh, how was that?
fucking delicious. Still have some of that shit in my fridge right now, bro.
I like
that's
fish.
that it's like literally like some of the only fish I eat is like from this fish fry. Because it's like comfort food. It reminds me of like growing up in Arizona, we would take vacations out here to Missouri, see family and stuff, and sometimes we'd go down to the lake and we'd have a fish fry. And freaking we'd have these fish fries, and like this they have the same recipe obviously for how they fry the fish.
Yeah.
So, lot of fish and a lot of tasty sides, like some good dessert, good people, good family. You know,
What's going on, Freedom Fighter?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good to see you. What'd you say, John?
Hey, do you have your phone next to your laptop?
Fuck yeah, I did.
It's so funny how the old school technology myths still have, its issues. Thank
I'm
you.
going with it's
Thank you,
just
babe.
Jay's old ass laptop next to a cell phone because
Old. I like how it's old. I got the fucking thing in 2019, guy. Okay,
That's
I love
old
how
now.
it's like what?
That's old now.
I've seen your laptop, Jay.
I hate both of
You bought it in 2019, but the motherfucker came out in like 2015.
Wouldn't know.
That's
I wouldn't
important.
fucking know.
That's important information to have as well. You
I've
know,
seen your laptop. You can say you bought it in 2019 because you bought it in 2019. That doesn't mean it was produced and manufactured in 2019.
I'm gonna fucking hurt you. I just want to I'm just giving you fair warning. I'm gonna fucking hurt you. Okay. I love you, but I'm gonna hurt you.
yeah. And
Gotcha. Next time I come to KC, we're grappling. Got it.
It's gonna.
there we go.
You know.
And then
We'll
you
stream
know,
it live to the YouTube for everybody to see.
that would be great.
Ever just watch Joe ball me up like a pretzel, fucking. Like,
Jay, you might be taller than me,
you got a little bit of weight.
but I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah. So like it says here, Frenchie says, "Happy Father's Day, guys."
Congratulations to everybody out there that shot expert on the fucking range. All right.
God damn.
Oh my God.
y'all fucking hit the target. Y'all hit the target on that shit. So fucking good job. Like, you now have living, breathing proof that you are not a virgin. Like, congratulations. Like,
You don't need paperwork for that either, right?
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
It's always cool. The soup is always good. The bread is baked perfectly. It's a fantastic day. And I keep like my wife reminded me yesterday. It was Father's Day. And I was like, oh shit, tomorrow's
I totally
Father's
agree.
Day.
Somebody told me I think it was Friday. I had totally forgotten that it was like coming. Like it completely like it's just we're dudes. We're
It's
just
like
like we're
It's like a
dudes.
birthday.
It's just another day that ends in Y. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the question why. You know what I mean? But like it's just another day that ends in Y. So it's
Well,
kind of like
You know,
appreciate it, but you know, but yeah.
With the title of the episode,
Hence the
you know,
title.
right there.
every time my semen demons, my crotch goblins reach out and they're like, "Hey, can I have this? Can I get this? Can you send me money for this?" I ask the question, why? Why did I choose to reproduce?
Oh,
I'm
I
not-
know you.
I'm-
I know you love being a dad, Joe. I know.
I'm
you
not
like
gonna-
Oh yeah, no, my kid, my daughter, she's not with me this weekend because the missus has been sick all week, so didn't want her coming over in
Ooh,
case
yeah.
whatever the wife has is contagious and all that shit. But she sent me a picture of what she got me for Father's Day, and it's a mug. And hold on, I'm gonna read it to you guys here in a second. Let me pull it up.
I hope it's
Because
the.
this kid totally has my fucking sense of humor.
I hope it's the cockwood.
And it says, "Dad, no matter how old, I will always be your little girl," and little girl's X'd out. And then it says financial burden.
Ah.
That's pretty funny.
Like that is 100% my style of fucking humor right there. Like
There you go.
That's great. I had a mug like that a couple years ago with my wife. In fact, it came up as a memory on Facebook. Let me look at this real quick. It's something about it has a cock on it and stuff like that. Something about a rooster. Here we go. Memories of when we were together.
now, one looking yours up, John. I'm gonna send you a link. Because my screen sharing's not working today for God knows what reason. And this is the mug we got the wife's dad. And I can only do this because he doesn't watch the show. I keep trying to get him to. But he doesn't watch it. So I can show this here. So once you get that,
There you go.
share that shit out.
I can't, baby. What did the mug say that you got me for Father's Day that one year? The cock one, yeah. She's laughing about it because it had like a big turkey on it. It had something about my big cock thanks for your nice cock, and it had a big like picture of a rooster on it. It was great.
That's dope. That's dope.
Did you get that link, John?
What'd you put on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Share that shit out.
Do.
There you go.
You are a
Very
really,
great.
really great dad. Very special.
You got to
great
read
dad.
it like Trump, though.
Yeah, you got to read like Trump. You're a really, really great dad. Very special. Very handsome. Other dads, losers. Total disaster. Everyone agrees. Believe me.
Okay, hold up. Let me try now. Let me try.
Yeah, because I suck at Trump's. Like, nah, I can't do a voice that lame.
You are a really, really great dad. Very special. Very handsome. Other dads, losers. Total disasters. Everyone agrees. Believe me.
I think we need to work on our. I think we need to
Our
work really hard
Trumpisms,
on
right?
I'm not even going to try because I suck at doing a Trump impersonation. I'm not even going to fucking go there. But
Well,
we got
look,
him that.
Here's my Biden one. You ready? You ready?
There you go, John. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, I knew a guy named Bimmy Bop.
I could do my Bill Clinton impression, but that's not safe for
Cats.
YouTube.
I like cats.
What timeline are we living in? We got like two fucking 80-year-olds like running for president. Like, what the fuck actually happened?
Hold up. So wait
Right.
a minute. When do we think the Mandela effect happened? When Clinton got the
Harambe.
blowjob?
It was
Or when-
Harambe.
It was totally fucking Harambe.
It was Harambe because that's like when everything like just nosedived.
Because I mean, shit. Even when Clinton got the blowjob in the Oval Office, shit was
Things
still
were
good.
still normal. Things were
Yeah.
still normal.
I mean,
Harambe. It was
A guy
so
getting a blowjob in the Oval Office. That's that's just fucking a
it's
Tuesday.
just kind of because we had Bush right after that, right? And it was some of the best media entertainment that we had for a long
I'm
time.
just saying, if you're president and you're not getting your dick sucked in the Oval Office, you're doing it wrong. Okay, you're just doing it fucking wrong.
I still say Clinton's the blackest president we've had.
Bill Clinton, like
Yeah.
it's
Dude
close.
got a blowjob and smoked pot all in the Oval Office.
Well, remember what Biden said. If you vote for Trump, you ain't, you know what he said.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I missed it.
You want me to play the clip?
No, I did. I don't care. I literally don't know. Like, what was the last word? What did he say? You
He
vote
said
for Trump.
he said you ain't black.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, the fucking politicians are gonna say what politicians say, right?
Hold up,
Well, I
bro.
mean, that's just like so a YouTuber, the AK guy, Brandon Herrera, he was running for Congress in the state of Texas where he lives. He does podcasts and stuff like that. And the congressman that he was going against, the current congressman for his district, Tony Gonzalez, took a clip of Brandon Herrera saying from an episode of a podcast where Herrera said, "I'd love California if it weren't for the people," and just condensed it down to "I love California" and tried to use that in the smear campaign.
Fucking asshole. So yeah, this is the clip where Joe Biden and this happened a few years ago. This isn't recent, but it still holds weight.
They have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Charlemagne had a follow-up question, but got interrupted by someone off camera saying their time was up. The radio host
In New York, VP Biden. 'Cause
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
The comment may have been directed just
Sounds
What
very,
that is one of the craziest things that he was just campaigning at that time too. He wasn't even president yet, and he
Right.
fucking said that shit, and you're like, what
Well,
the fuck?
the standards of what can and can't be said, have fallen so far. I mean, I remember when like stuff that's just like considered normal now would like tank somebody's campaign, and it's just considered
Yeah.
normal now. It's just considered normal now.
And,
Do you remember Howard Dean in like 2004? Yeah, remember like that little scream, like his whole campaign tanked after that. That little war cry. Like
who was the guy that always talked in the third person in like a third person perspective? Was
Bob
it
Dole.
Bob
Bob
Dole,
Dole.
yep. Good
Bob
old
Dole's
Bob
gonna
Dole.
get it done. Bob Dole will get it done for you. Okay, Bob Dole. Yeah.
Bob Dole.
Bob
But yeah,
Dole.
we gotta. We're flying off our asses today. We got a couple things
Okay.
today. I kind of want to start off with The Boys, man. We watched The Boys. The Boys finally came out.
Cool.
It says-
What season are we in now?
Four.
Oh God.
Yeah, they just said
Good
five.
jump
They
there.
just said 5 is going to be the last one. You kind of get that energy with season 4. It's as disgusting, as jokey, as way past the borderline than what we even, consider like what we do in the podcast and just normal conversations in general. But it was those first 3 episodes of season 4. It just shows that there are still good writers that know how to bring like modern reality issues into a TV show with superheroes that kind of help you understand a little more of what's happening now in our country and things like that. And I think it's super interesting. What you got, Squilini?
Being a fan of The Boys and watching the political landscape of our country and then watching The Boys, here's what I see. Homelander is like the Trump of The Boys.
Yeah,
I could see
yeah.
that. I could see that.
And they're
100%.
really, and it's like they really base like his attitude, his ego, the way and sometimes his cadence and the way he speaks too,
Mhm.
because like the way that and I gotta say, Anthony Starr is such a good actor. It's so
He's-
easy to fucking hate him in this.
And then the other thing that I really do enjoy with The Boys, because it's Eric Kripke that's,
Amazing.
running it,
Doesn't
is
Seth
the fact that
Rogen-
we're getting so many supernatural actors
it's crazy.
coming over. And if we look at it, fucking Robert Singer and the actor that plays Robert Singer in The Boys was Bobby Singer in
Yeah, that's
Supernatural.
right. That's the same name
Like,
too, which is
they
kinda
literally
funny.
kept the name the exact same for both shows, but instead of condensing it down to the nickname of Bobby from Robert, they just
yeah,
kept it Robert for The Boys.
yeah, and it's so cool, man. Like there's so many, but at the same time, I mean, I get it's there's a lot of stuff happening, there's maybe like what 4 or 5 different stories happening in the same 3 episodes. And I think the one thing that I'm really enjoying about this show is the characters that you would not expect to have character development and where they are now, which makes it super interesting. You have characters like A-Train, who has a really interesting character development of like conflictions and what kind of hero he should be, and the issues that he had with his disabled brother. It's very, very fucking very, like, the writing in it is just so damn good. Doesn't Seth Rogen have like doesn't he produce this too?
Yes. Seth Rogen is part of like the production element for this show also.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, what was it, episode 3 of this season, the cameo
Yeah.
from Will Ferrell?
Yep. That was, so when I saw his
That
face,
kind of was like, what the fuck?
like, he did this? Like, first off, they must have paid him a lot of fucking money to have him in there for what, the 10-15 minutes that he was in.
Yeah.
And just a few lines, it was fair. And like, I look at it, I'm just like, this is just so perfect for Will Ferrell. Like, how did he even agree to do something like this? Is he a fan of the show? Was it a money thing? Because there's just something different about The Boys that it grabs everybody. Not non-comic book fans, gore fans, borderline comedy fans. There's a mixture of everything inside this show.
It's a superhero show that combines like fucking so many different aspects of Hollywood into one fucking container.
Yeah. Like for me, and The Boys is a 10 out of 10 show. Production, story, controversy. It just does things that no other show does. Like it just. I mean, there was a guy with a dick the size of a fucking surfboard, wrapping his penis around people's necks. Like,
so it was bigger than a fucking surfboard. Let's just backtrack to season, what was that, 2 or 3?
2. I think it was 2 and 3, because he made 2 appearances.
Because his dick was however long he wanted it to be. He could just grow his penis for eternity if he chose to. And like his whole shtick was, if he had to kill somebody, he just choked him out with his dick.
Yeah, that was the
way to die.
Yeah, and then you see him again, and then you see him in Herogasm. And Jay, if you want to know what Herogasm is, it's that's right, you did see it. That's right.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't seen the new season yet, but I'm caught up.
We do need to make sure Jay gets caught up on these episodes.
I love the new Black Noir.
Dude, first off, you can tell he's just, some douchebag they paid to fucking put the suit on, so they didn't have to admit that Black Noir got killed by fucking Homelander. Because he's totally like actor mode, like they're doing things and he's like talking, and people are telling him, you're supposed to not talk, shut the fuck up.
He's like, I need guidance, help me out here.
I need guidance, I'm just not feeling this scene.
Yeah, it's great. And then, like, I think then back to like the political stuff is showing the divisiveness with people, and how how media twists things, and how people jump into conclusions without proper research. This show is just it's knocking off all the right numbers. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
I look forward to catching up on it.
I'm definitely not going to enjoy when they do fucking finally end it.
Yeah, next season, that's it.
I mean, what was it, Gen V, the spinoff show that they did? Gen V was fucking amazing.
And
The animated stuff.
And well, remember they're also working around the death of Chance Perdomo, who died. You know, who was a main character on Gen V, and they've said they're not replacing him, they're not recasting him. You know, they're gonna work his death around the show, which is gonna be, which is a good tribute at this, and at the same time, like, how crazy is that next season of Gen V gonna be with his death? You know, it's especially with his character progression in that first season.
And that's the thing. Like with the boys, what I enjoy is that even though it's only been on for a short period of time, there's this huge cult following behind it. And each season never ceases to amaze. Like they one up the really fucking fucked up shit from the season before.
They one up what they do in the comic.
Each following season. I mean, dude, let's talk about what was his name? The little tiny dude.
Oh, the one that
yeah.
The one from Gen V? Or
So,
the
Cricket.
Yeah, you're talking about the other guy.
The guy from the boys that
that
crawled up in the
exploded
dude's
inside the
fucking
penis.
and then
Yep.
exploded inside the penis.
Whatever happened to him?
Fuck if I know.
I don't remember what happened to him.
But I mean, they keep the fucking gore just going every season, and it just gets even more fucked up, and I love it. Just it's definitely it's one of those fucking shows. It's not for everybody, I will admit. I would definitely never tell my in-laws to watch that show.
Yeah.
But that's also because my mother-in-law is, you say the word pussy and she's like, yeah, that's a nasty word. Don't call it that.
This is that, and I know like a lot of parents, they're pretty liberal with their kids watching violent stuff. Don't let your kids watch this. This is
not a fucking kid show at all.
Just like this is not a kid show. Your kids shouldn't be fucking watching this.
Yeah, your kids shouldn't be watching DD214 Network either. That's a goddamn fact. I don't even let my own watch. So, what else happened? Did we watch anything else this week, baby? That was it. The Boys. Oh yeah, 60 Days In is back. That's super interesting. Waiting for the downfall of that to happen.
What like
Where
is it
that
like
airing at?
what season are they on? Like,
A&E.
What
Okay,
season?
for those that only use streaming services, where can I watch it?
A&E. A&E has an app.
Is it free or do I have to fucking pay another subscription? Because if I have to
Okay, so here's the weird fucking thing about the A&E website and app, right? So the episodes are like $2.99 each, right? But if you go on their website, you can watch the episodes for free. It's fucking weird.
I quit.
So here's my problem with that.
You don't have a browser on your television.
Well, yes, and I don't have a computer to hook up to my television right now.
That's understandable.
Now, granted, once
what about the
because
screen
I
share?
just did a trade-in with Apple so I could upgrade my MacBook to the new M3 Air, which allows dual monitor out.
It's really nice.
Once I get that back, then I could always, just plug my MacBook into the HDMI port on the TV. However, I don't want to have to fucking do all that shit. And I'm not paying $3 for a fucking episode of a show that's airing live on fucking TV right now.
I completely agree with you. I have no quarrels against that. It's just weird how they're doing shit. You can't watch it for free on their app, but their website has all episodes up for free. It's weird. You can't even illegally stream it. That's how weird it is.
Huh.
Like it's just
Challenge
insane.
accepted. Challenge accepted.
Good morning, Jammin'. Happy Father's Day, my friend, if you are a father.
Yep. Happy Father's Day, Jammin', and good morning. It's only illegal if you get caught. I'm just throwing it out there.
That's correct.
That's true.
Technically correct. Which
Depends on the crime.
And if you're going to do those types of things, VPNs are your best friend.
I'm just saying, if you want to do some crime,
Look,
VPN.
and people are always talking about, oh, you shouldn't say things like that, but we're not affiliated with any of these streaming services. They're not
No.
paying us. I don't care.
No.
Yeah, I fucking go on Soap
There's
today.
There's also a disclaimer on this show for a reason, and this is for entertainment purposes only. So if you decide to do some crime using a VPN because they're your best friend,
You didn't learn it from us.
you didn't hear it from us, and we definitely didn't show you how to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but if you
Well, I
do
mean,
want
we
to-
didn't show you how to do it to begin with. We just said if
Yeah.
you're gonna do it this way. But
Yeah,
don't
I mean-
don't do it.
yeah,
Crime's bad, okay?
Yeah.
yeah, and if you do, if you are doing a crime that is one of those like, oh yeah, I feel like that this is good enough for me not to get caught. No, if you do a bad crime, that's bad enough. God's gonna find you, my friend.
God, yeah. Because I'm so scared of that guy. Like, okay,
look,
you're not
he's not-
exactly like turning me off of this. Just, do I get to meet God? Can I meet God if I do some crime? Like, you're kind of enticing me at this point.
I'm sure
Like-
I'm sure you start feeling the spirit if you want to get out of jail. You know what I mean?
So-
What else we got?
So just me being me, few things here. A key organizer. This thing's fucking amazing.
What is that?
A key, what is it, like a Gerber for?
Literally, it's like a pocket knife sized fucking thing to store all your keys in.
It looks like a fucking It looks like a
So that way
lockpick
you don't
stab.
have the fucking jingling in your pocket, and then it's got a belt clip, so you can just clip it to the inside of your pocket.
Interesting.
And then my new wallet,
Oh, you got one of those
the Groove
Yep.
wallet.
Huh.
Look at it.
So-
It's like it's like filling up a rifle.
It's got you slide up, pushes your cards out. Very minimalistic. Then this thing's amazing. I actually the company that makes this wallet, also my wedding band and my belt.
That's right. You got one of those technological wedding bands that like checks your heart rate and
No,
shit.
this is just a fucking silicone band, but this is probably one of the more sturdier ones on the market.
Yeah.
Because there's this company called Aura Ring, and they make it's a health tracking ring that you can pair with your phone. I've been looking into getting one. But the big thing that's keeping me from it is the fact that everybody's like, this is not a wedding ring. This is, you're not going to want to wear it on your ring finger because it's a little bulky. It's
Yeah.
like you buy it and you put it on your fucking pointer finger. And I just, that
Very
was fucking-
nice.
I don't want to die. I'm not big on fucking jewelry and shit. Like I have my
Yeah,
watch,
same here.
I have my fucking memorial bracelet, and then I have this.
All right, fuck yeah. Yeah, I got my wedding band. Mine is silver, right? Baby? My wedding band is silver? Yep, I got a nice little a good old thickie.
Good old thickie.
Yeah, man. I like it. See, I'm not what's going on from the dungeon.
Yo, what's going on?
I'm not crazy on like Squilly. Look, this is my jewelry. A bunch of rubber wristbands, my wedding band,
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Like,
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them. I got I love the USA because I do. Autism awareness, XVPW.
Autism awareness because he's down with the tism.
Yes, I am. I got this Target one that when I used to work there. I got this Lego one too. I don't know what the Lego one is. It's just it has a Lego print, Lunar Fair, and Outer Space.
Okay.
And I got a Bong Rips and Video Games one coming soon too.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm getting into more like EDC stuff here lately, like finding nice things for like everyday carry that's practical, useful, hence, the key organizer.
Yeah.
Helpful because fucking when I had these just on a fucking key ring, trying to dig through my pocket, past my wallet, past everything.
Jingle jangling everywhere, fucking making
Yep.
noise.
And this helps with stealth, like if you're needing to be a little bit more quiet, because it doesn't have the key jingle anymore. Always got to have a good EDC knife.
Oh, that's nice. I like that edge on it. Reminds me of my mail cutter, my letter opener, which is somewhere. Oh, here it is.
A good, nice little minimalistic wallet with a cash strap, so that way you can.
You use cash? How big is that, John?
I don't.
It's a legal size. That's how big it is.
Oh, here we go. I'm fucking pulling knives out on the show now. Here we go. Now it's getting fun.
Wait a minute.
The only thing I'm not pulling out that's part of my EDC is my fucking pistol. But
Yeah, I
that's
don't think
because
you
we
can
know
do
how
that.
YouTube feels about that.
We had there's a long lost episodes. It's probably hanging out somewhere in the vault.
When someone pulled out a rifle, that's right.
A couple of us did. A couple of us did.
That's right.
Yeah, we were pulling out weapons on the fucking. We're like, yeah, we gotta have to edit this out. Like,
Yo, do you think the FBI has that on record?
Probably.
I mean, we were live, so it would be somewhere in the metadata. But we weren't doing anything. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were displaying fucking hardware.
Showing off your fire.
Listen,
Yeah.
we support 2A, right? Like, listen,
I'm all about that freedom, baby. I'm all about that freedom.
But this is something we never really talk about. Like, we support the proper use and handling of firearms.
Yes, we're definitely including safety into all of this. Like,
yeah, we were in the military.
Yeah, we're not going willy nilly fucking pulling guns on people because we fucking get our pants a little fucking pissy, dude. It's like no. Like, we're talking like mass amounts of fucking safety, proper handling, proper fucking storage. You know what I mean? Like all that shit.
That's the one thing. Like when we made that trip out to KCJ, part of me was like, I'm gonna check my bag so I can bring my gun with me because I don't like leaving the house without my fucking pistol.
That's that's your choice.
But then the other part of me was like, I don't want to have to pay $75 to check my bag just so I can carry a pistol with me.
Right.
So you didn't bring it with you.
So I didn't.
No, he didn't. So, but if he had
the other part of me was I was planning on drinking while we were out there, so having my pistol with me would have been a mute point anyways because I'd have had to leave it back in the hotel room, which I wasn't comfortable with either. Hence why I didn't bring it.
Which goes back to fucking responsible fucking handling and fucking like proper care and storage. Like that goes right back to that one. Like,
and then it comes, and then like when you like, okay, so we were on the military, we all fired something, and then like I love how like video games today are kind of respecting trigger discipline now. You're seeing it more and more in video games where they're actually, you see the fingers not on the triggers.
That's correct. Like that's just the
from the dungeon, and that's the thing. That's actually a really I would be uncomfortable in that situation too. So like
I don't even want to tell you what some of the shit that I've seen. Like
because I've already been drinking today. I'm not gonna my pistols
not touching your fucking weapon. Not touching. I don't even fucking clean my weapons while imbibing in fucking spirits. Okay, I won't even fucking like.
So
there's no reason for it. Like if there's libations occurring in the house or the domicile, my weapons are fucking locked up. That's it. Like that is fucking it. Like there's no reason to have them out in any regard.
Right.
If I have even like 1% of 1% of a drop of alcohol in my system, like straight up, like that is, it's just fucking irresponsible. It's fucking irresponsible.
No, it really is.
And actually, in gun laws, like it's against the law to have your firearm on you while you're drinking alcoholic beverage.
And the same with cannabis as well. You can
be in the right and do something with your weapon in the right and have a right
But
to
if
do
you
it.
have alcohol in your
If
system,
you have a fucking BAC, you're gonna be fucking fighting that charge. You're gonna be fucking fighting that charge too. Even if you were in the right, you're gonna be fighting that fucking charge. So like that's a whole. We talk on here about self-medicating and that we do enjoy spirits and libations, but this is not kayfabe. This is not kayfabe. In real life, outside of this podcast, we are extremely responsible citizens. So like we're actually all three of us are pretty fucking boring.
and
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell from the show.
I'm gonna say this from the dungeon to your last comment about the off-duty cops in Jersey City. They're still in the wrong for having their pistols when they're drinking. That is still illegal. They're getting away with it because of the fact that they're law enforcement.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
And honestly, cops that break the law when they're off duty should not be fucking cops.
I agree.
Hold yourself to a fucking higher standard. Just hold yourself
exactly.
And I mean, look, and we've talked about this before. We are big backers of the blue too, but there are some bad apples. there are some bad apples in the force.
These are the seltzers I told you about sometimes.
Well, I had the quirk seltzers when we were out there, but I only had the blue raspberry rocket pop one. So
these taste closer to like flavored carbonated water. Like this is more like drinking like a flavored carbonated water. Like no lie. Like that's exactly what they taste like. You don't even really taste that it's alcoholic. That's
for a guy like me. For a guy like me, would I like that?
You might, yeah.
I
enjoy them. They're only fucking 90 calories. I enjoy them. Like they're on a hot day. Like these are they're a lot less on your stomach than like a fucking beer.
Do you enjoy just the flavored seltzers?
Yeah,
without alcohol in them.
I've had them. I can't sit here and say that I went to the store and bought one.
It's like sparkling water. You guys ever get like flavored sparkling water?
Yeah,
for kids or anything? It's like that.
Okay,
it's like flavored.
Jay,
sparkling
you
water.
know I drink seltzers. I've drank them on the fucking show before.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the thing is, some brands, all you taste is it tastes like fucking TV fuzz is the best way to fucking explain it. And then some companies actually have learned how to perfect it to where you're getting that flavor and not so much of the carbonation.
Right.
Word. Okay.
There's nothing special about it. It's a 4%. It's a 4% fucking beverage.
Yeah, they're usually like between 4 to 4.5% by volume.
Yeah. I can have a couple here on the podcast and wait about an hour and a half to 2 hours after the podcast, and I'll be okay to drive. You know what I mean? Like literally, like that's basically it. Like,
and John's dying on us.
It's just something to fucking sip on. And you know what? I'm not fucking around with guns right now. Right?
Yeah. Well, but I mean, that's the whole thing. Like I've gotten into, EDC a little bit more, trying to perfect what I carry on a daily basis, because I like to have there's needs that as a male and as, the head of the household and the male figurehead in the household, I've got to protect my family. I've got to protect my household. And, when I'm imbibing an adult beverage, I don't have my gun. That's where a good, decent, everyday carry pocket knife comes into play.
Yeah, well, and a knife's a tool. I mean, you got.
True.
Well, so is the firearm.
It took people 10,000 years to hold fire in their hand. And even though I no longer smoke cigarettes, I still carry fucking knife and fire every day. Knife and fire, because you never fucking know. You never fucking know. In
my bug out pack, I took some waterproof matches, and some twine, and then just a block of candle wax I got from the hobby store. I melted the wax down, wrapped the twine around a bunch of waterproof matches, and then dipped the matches and twine into wax to make it even more waterproof, to keep a couple bundles in my bug out bag.
Yeah.
So that way, if I have to start a fire and, for whatever reason, everything's gotten wet in my bag, that shit's still going to fucking 100% light.
Yep. That's what we used to carry stuff in, like when I was in the light infantry, we had stuff in plastic bags. And it was like that way, if worst case scenario, like everything gets fucking absolutely soaked. Like some of your shit is still fucking like things like socks. We put socks in fucking like Ziploc bags. You know what I mean? Like literally, I'm not even fucking joking.
No, exactly. No, everything in my bag is compartmentalized, and everything's in a airtight bag.
Yeah, it almost has to be because you can't predict.
Even those bundles of matches and twine that I made up, those are in a Ziploc bag, so it's got that double layer.
Yeah, because if you're out in the elements, you cannot predict fucking the weather. Like if you can't fucking access the local meteorologist, right? And if you're not good at fucking watching the sky, and you're someplace you don't know, and you're fucking hiking around, shit fucking pops off quick sometimes. And you'd be
so I've got vacuum bags that I have, an extra set of clothes in that are vacuum sealed. Then all of that is put into another waterproof bag inside of the bottom of my pack.
Yep.
Then I've got Ziploc bags with different fucking items, some freeze dried fucking food, granola bars, fucking.
We had like rain bags, basically. Basically what I would describe it as, just like it's like a fucking basically a waterproof bag, and that goes down in your ruck. You put like at least like one set of everything down in this rain bag, and you tie off the rain bag, and that's like your emergency set if like everything gets soaked. And then and there's time you stay out in the fucking field for like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, man.
Yeah.
You start running out of extra sets. You go out there with like three or four sets of fucking shit to wear, and by like week 3, fucking they're all soaked, they're all fucking shitty. You know what I mean? Like, and you need like that emergency set sometimes.
I've caught myself when I was in the service after I got back from one of my tours. Me and some buddies, we went on a backpacking trip through Alaska.
Oh God, that sounds cool as fuck. Like, did you have a good time?
It was fucking amazing. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was one of those.
How much wildlife did you see? You saw like a shitload of wildlife, didn't you?
Fucking moose, bears, fucking.
God damn it, dude! That sounds amazing.
I was at one point, our campsite. We set up camp for the night, and I think the tree line was about 60 feet, between 60 to 70 feet away from us. And fucking out of the tree line walks a fucking damn grizzly.
Fucking A. Ooh-wee.
And we're just sitting there we're heating up our fucking food for the night.
Let's go
chilling.
Let's go Legends of the Fall on that shit, dude. Like,
one of the guys has the guitar out playing fucking strumming the guitar. We're having a good fucking time. We're doing what guys do. It was an enjoyable fucking trip. I would definitely, it's one of those things, like, if you haven't ever fucking done it, it's definitely a bucket list item in my opinion.
Sure.
Because you're going to see a lot of fucking thing. I mean, a lot of different fucking wildlife. Came across a fucking wolverine.
Fucking cool, dude. That's badass.
And those fuckers are goddamn scary.
Those are vicious.
Where did you see one of those?
Alaska.
Oh, you were in Alaska.
It was after my second tour. Me and my buddies, we went on. We went on a backpacking trip through Alaska for 2 months.
My sister's husband is still active in the Air Force. Like, he just hit 20 years like recently. Congratulations to him, by the way. But they just came back they were in Alaska for a few years, and they loved it there apparently. Like, they loved it there apparently. Like, they're like Alaska's calling their name again, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, I'm never gonna see you again, baby sister. I'm never gonna see you again.
Yeah, my thing is, I would never live in Alaska just because it's fucking too cold.
It's far as fuck from everything.
And that.
Yeah.
I could take a road. I looked up when I was stationed at Carson down in Colorado when they were in Alaska, and I looked up the road trip, and it exists. There's a way to do it, but there's a stretch in Canada. you will literally drive for like 3 or 4 days, and there is nothing. It's just the road.
Holy shit!
It is just the fucking road. That is it. You have to take gas. You got to take fucking shelter. You got to take food with you. Like you have to be packed to make it fucking across this stretch because there's nothing there.
Not even a hotel.
Nothing.
No
towns.
Like you've
no
got to
towns,
have fucking gas
nothing.
cans in the car.
Yeah.
So you can fuel your car.
Yep.
When you're on this stretch.
Yes.
Holy shit!
100% correct. It is like that stretch, and you will literally drive for like a couple of days worth of drive. Like if you want to drive like 8 hours a day, it's like fucking like you'll be driving for like 3 days straight before you hit anything again. It's like a 20+ hour stretch of like nothing. Like it's scary. It's scary. I was like, well, never doing that fucking road trip.
So
Like,
I'm gonna backtrack to a question that from the dungeon asked here about last night. So last night there was Clash at the Castle from WWE. I did not watch it last night. I plan on watching the replay tonight. Which, you know, I mean, with the fucking way WWE's been fucking doing things now, it's definitely fucking the pay-per-views are something I'm definitely looking forward to. But dude, jamming, that sounds like
fun.
Sounds like a fucking nice camping trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So next thing I got is so big shout out to the Fight Fix Finish production guys for allowing me the opportunity to be on the Master Sergeant Retired show, Throat Punch Thursday.
Dude. Yeah, dude. We watched that. That was fucking. We were all there, dude. Like that was a good show, man. That was a good show.
I had a really good time. It was like a notch off the bucket list, right? You know, the first notch was becoming a guest on the show, and that was on From the Dungeon just weeks prior to that. Then I was able to do my second guest spot, and man, it was cool, man. You know, just being able to tell my full military story. We didn't even get to the podcasting yet. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to tell the public story of DD214, you know, the good stuff, you know, of how we started.
Well,
we talked so much. We went through.
Nah, you're fine. You mentioned it a couple times, and that's like you're fine, dude. You ain't gotta.
Yeah, man.
Dude, we're not about puffing up our collars here, dude. Like we don't worry about that shit. Like,
yeah, but now
here, dude.
But now, you know, there's a call to action right now. You know, you guys got me on. Now you got to get the rest. And it was fun because I had a really good conversation. I was like, look, I know a bunch of other veterans, the guys that I work with and stuff like that. You got to talk to them too.
Watching Master Sergeant's podcast with you on it, I would probably be very willing to do his show. Like I could easily say that. Like I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I don't spend a lot of time on media.
Yeah.
Joe and John both can attest to this. I don't spend a lot of time on media. So it's like, but watching that one, I was like, that one was probably like Master Sergeant's podcast, like that a little bit more formally informal. You know what I mean? So like there's a formal element to it, but it's also informal. So you can like you were able to kind of tell your story and like where you're from and like, you know, who's your daddy and what does he do?
Yep.
And then at one point, didn't you like bust out your DD214 right there on the fucking show?
Yeah, and you want to know something too? What was funny is that, like, when I was talking to him, the whole time I was kind of, a little bit obvious nervousness, and I had
beautiful, man. You're money, and you don't even know it.
I mean, shit, you're on a fucking podcast hosted by Big Sarge over there, so
that was the thing.
You're so money, and you don't even know it, John.
I appreciate that, man. And it was just. I had my DD214 in front of me, and some things I couldn't even remember off the top of my head. That's how nervous I was. And he guided me. He was like, "Oh, block 12A is all your information." I was like, "Man, this guy just fucking knows." But he's such a badass Master Sergeant. Is like, I would love to talk more of the other guys, but the call to action is, I mean, you guys are veterans too. Let's have you on here. Let's talk. Let's hear your stories. Why did you get into what you guys do? I would love to have you. I would love to like Jam and Jet. The guy has given us bits and pieces of his story, and everything that he said has been fucking badass. And shit.
They did some cool shit. They did some cool shit back in the day, dude. Like that's like I'm
Mhm.
telling you. I
How
think
come
we.
that cool shit doesn't happen now?
I mean, well, it does. It's just a different era. That's like the cool shit does happen. It's just a different era. So you're not going to see as like
Our cool shit's different than the cool shit from back then.
yeah.
different areas of the world. You know, different areas
Shit.
of the world, different places that we're hyper focused on as a military.
I
stuff
want
like
to. I want to work. I want to go back in time and work as a guard at one of those nuclear test sites, and just
that, right?
watch, just feel the
Watch
just
fucking nukes
feel
go
it.
off.
Be an MP at the fucking base where the Manhattan Project was done at.
Yeah,
Yep,
bro.
with the big
Like I would
MP
fucking
band.
kill to do that. Like that sounds like my fucking cup of tea right
Yeah.
there.
You just sit. You're just 70 years old in the backyard with the kids. Man, I watched all these nukes drop.
Fucking
All
A,
of them.
dude.
Those were
Well,
good
it's like-
times.
Not just that, like, you know,
You're
I
part of-
fucking, you know, shook hands with fucking Albert Einstein, you know, like saluted fucking
Eisenhower. Yeah.
Eisenhower.
Yeah,
Like,
Somebody. Yeah. Like, well,
fuck.
that's when you put the uniform on, you know, like, and this is like a branch is irrelevant. It doesn't matter which
Yeah.
branch. You put the uniform on, you are becoming part of history. You become part of history. Like those
in one way,
uniforms,
shape, or another. Yeah,
you do, and that's like those uniforms have tradition and history, like woven into them, and
Yeah,
and we trace our roots back to the beginning of our country, and so like when you are becoming part of history, and some people get fortunate
Yeah,
enough to be like right there when something historical happens.
yeah. Like
know what I
for
mean?
instance, like I always considered the restructuring of the army in 2016. You know, that kind of led me to me getting out honorably. You know, so with that, I always thought that was a big moment in military history. Because it wasn't a small restructuring. It was a major one where many units got disbanded. A lot of units got put together,
Mhm.
you know, consolidated. So that when I look back at like during my time in the military, I think of like, oh, that's a part of military history right there. Whole
It is.
units got shut down, you know, and then,
Units get deactivated, other units get activated.
yeah,
You know,
and like the changing of the base names. That's a major part of history too. And if you're on any of those bases, you were part of a transition.
Yeah.
You know, and like oh, it's so interesting, the little things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Thank you, Freedom Fighter. Yeah, man, we love to talk to vets, man. We love to talk to
we
vets.
do. That's
I'm
like that was the, I mean, one of the originators of this podcast was that we were all veterans. And so like that was like initially we started off as like more of a gaming centric podcast, but now it's gone more like veteran centric podcast. You know what I mean? And that's like, so we love talking shop. We love fucking shooting the shit. We love going out to the smoke pit and fucking like getting down for a little bit. And that's what we do. That's what we do every Sunday. This is like our church, you know, like John likes to talk about God. Like I don't. This is my church. This is our church.
Which, by the way,
church.
The Chosen is one of the best shows out right now. I'm just saying, get your
Where's your
Jesus
Bible?
on.
You want to know the really crazy part is I have like there are multiple copies of the Bible in my house. Believe it or not.
I was talking about the Bible, not.
Oh, the Bible. The Bible is right there. I have my eyeballs on it right now. Like
Oh, you have the
Bible.
I
Yeah.
know
The
which one you're
Bible.
talking about. Yeah.
Here, all right.
Oh shit. he's
Yeah, where's
pulling
your
it
Bible?
out.
Come on, let's bust out the infantry Bible.
Here we go.
This is a no shit in the flesh paper copy of the infantry rifle and platoon squad fucking like 3-21.6. All right. This is the infantry Bible.
There it is.
All right. And the reason I'm holding it like this, there's one of my former commanders. His name is on it.
Yeah.
The reason I have his. When I got to Fort Carson, I was getting ready to re-enlist, and I had been asking since I reclassed. I'd been asking. I was like, "How the fuck do I get a paper copy of the goddamn fucking squad, platoon and squad fucking handbook? Like, how do I get a fucking paper copy?" And I kept getting the runaround like, "Oh, you can download it. You can print it off the internet." And I'm like,
Nah,
I'm not printing fucking like 400 fucking pages, bro.
I
Like,
want the
fuck you,
one.
dude. So anywho, I go to
10 cents-
re-enlist.
That's 10 cents a page, man.
I go to re-enlist. I'm talking to battalion or whoever, whatever the fucking retention person was, and I was like, I'm going to sign this paper. I am going to re-enlist, but someone is going to give me a fucking infantry goddamn Bible, and I'm not signing it until I get one. And they got so fed up with me. My company commander, my personal company commander, like gave me his, and I re-enlisted. Like
reenactment of Jay's company
wanted.
commander wanting Jay to re-enlist, but
He was
knowing
so-
Jay's not going to fucking do it. Over here, like,
Here,
God damn it,
it's yours
Campbell,
now.
just take mine.
Like this motherfucker's literally dragging his feet and making a big deal over what for everybody else was nothing, for me was something. And it was like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna re-enlist, but somebody's gonna give me a goddamn fucking infantry Bible before I fucking do it. So what's up? Like, how bad do you need it? Like,
How bad do you want me?
Like, yeah, come on. I'm not asking for, we're not asking for fucking retention bonuses or any of that bullshit. It's like, I'm not asking for fucking money or days off or fucking leave. Like, fucking give me a goddamn infantry Bible. Okay.
Yeah, just give me the book.
Give me the fucking book. Like,
Why is it so hard to get a fucking manual from the military?
they used, as the legend goes, it used to be given out in basic, OSA.
Yeah, okay.
For infantry training. It used to be. I don't know how many fucking years ago or how far back that goes. Because, like, that wasn't my era or anywhere near it. When I went through when I reclassed, fucking
No books.
books don't fucking exist in there, dude. Like, it's not how they fucking roll anymore. So that is like one of my prized possessions, basically.
So
and there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
A lot
So,
of OPSEC stuff.
me being the guy that I am, you want to know the one manual I had up until my last wife fucking burned all my shit. As a fucking official, like, it was issued to me from the fucking military. The fucking paper copy of AR 670-1.
Oh,
No
God.
shit. How big was that?
Like fucking 40 pages or something like that. It wasn't as big as the fucking infantry Bible over there, but
You guys ever seen a range card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking that was in my fucking I've got like 10 range cards in here.
He's got a bunch of memories in there.
Yeah.
Wow,
of
Jam-
well, Jammin, we definitely would enjoy you coming on our show and making a fool of yourself.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Because we do it every fucking Sunday.
We welcome. We wel- You're allowed to drink and smoke on here if you so choose.
No,
to
he
abide.
doesn't. He doesn't.
Like-
He's sober.
Oh, he
Remember,
does. Oh, good for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Good for him.
I believe he actually said that he's been sober for like,
20 something years, I think is what
Yeah.
he said.
yeah,
Crack a Coca-Cola then. Like whatever your flavor, dude. Like
yeah,
that's cool.
man.
You
Couple
partake in what you want to partake in. We'll partake in what we partake in. We'll have a
Yeah,
good
that's-
conversation.
It's actually kind of amazing, that kind of longevity. You know what I mean? Like
Because yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, my dad, before he found out he had cancer, he was sober for 20 years. And then when he found out he had cancer and it was terminal and he wasn't going to live long, he just said, fuck it to sobriety.
no shit. So he lived. He wants
Yeah.
to make sure that
He
he
was like-
lived.
He was like, well, 42 years. Holy shit.
42 years sober.
Damn, that's the
He's
year I was
been-
born, homies. That's
I was
the
going to say, he's been sober as long as you've been alive, Jay.
just a little bit shorter. I was born in January of '81, so like just a little bit. That's close enough. That's fucking
That's
close enough.
amazing.
That's close to fucking enough.
Holy,
Like,
42 years sober.
gonna have 43 years this October. Yep,
Listen-
that's badass. That's
That-
fucking badass. That I can applaud. I can applaud that. Fucking here we go.
Hell yeah. Now I can imagine that in 1981 everybody was drinking too.
Oh god, the 80s, dude. The 80s and the 90s. Like I was a teenager in the 90s. Like the fucking 90s were a mess, dude. Like oh my, just drugs and alcohol and fucking all the things.
Even the
all
fucking-
things. dude.
I'm going to go as far as saying even the fucking early 2000s because, I mean,
was.
shit.
It was like you got fucking Eminem fucking rapping about like green and yellow, purple pills and shit. And it was like everybody was on fucking drugs, dude.
It was
Like
such
oh
a good song. It was such a good song though.
I was never a fan, but that's whatever. That's neither here nor there.
But because I mean, shit, in the early 2000s, that was, my Everclear and Mad Dog 2020 days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Matt, dude, they still sell that shit out here in fucking Kansas City. Dude.
Yeah.
We know, Jay. We know, my friend.
Man, I like to get my swerve on sometimes, man. What do you want me to say, dude? Like, I gotta dude. Like, I gotta like. What do you want me to say, man? Like,
That was such a good episode too.
I gotta bring out my white trash roots sometimes, dude. So like, I'll get a fucking bottle of Hypnotic sometimes, dude, or like fucking, whatever.
Or that shit from fucking, what was it like you were drinking last week?
It was E40s. It was E40 shit.
The blue stuff.
Yeah, what was it called though? I can't remember what it was called. It was called something, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was like, Slurricane. It was called Slurricane. Yeah,
because your ass was fucking over there with the whole fucking Slurricane bottle, just every minute or so, taking a fucking sip straight from the fucking bottle.
That's why they call it Slurricane, right?
So I was thinking about something, Jay. You say the word imbibing, and I just realized it's not a word at all. So maybe
imbibe
with a B. IMBIBING.
Which actually, funny story about that. The liquor store I typically frequent when we go to Tennessee to visit our buddies that live there. You want to know the name of it?
What?
Imbibe.
There you go.
Okay, so but doesn't and vibing, which isn't even a word, sound just as cool?
Vibing? That'd be like something I was doing like at a party. I'm vibing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe I could see that.
Webster's.
Yeah, let's see if we can make it go viral. Vibing.
And vibing. Hashtag and vibing.
I'm in my element and vibing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I could see that, John. I could see that. Good call. Party.
And now I'm looking at the word imbibing. I'm like, imbibe is an actual fucking word. To consume liquids by drinking. Drink. He imbibed he imbibed great quantities of iced tea. Synonyms: swallow, to absorb or soak up, as water, light, or heat. Plants imbibe moisture from the soil.
John, I love that you were attempting to correct my vocabulary. But like you've seen my library. Joe's seen my library. Jay was a reader. Like I wouldn't say the word if it wasn't somewhere in that dictionary. I promise.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you fact checking though. I do. Of course.
So you guys want to react to something crazy?
Sure. Always. Maybe.
Don't worry. It's nothing Gio sent me.
Yeah. That one was kind of like wah wah.
That was fucking bad.
Have you ever seen this guy? Alan Roberts.
All these crazy motherfuckers that climb up the sides of goddamn fucking buildings and shit.
Look at this guy.
Fucking
talk to me about this.
This is why it's free climbing. It's some people get off on it, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't. There's a really good documentary. I think it's a National Geographic documentary. I don't know what station that would be on or what streaming service, but if you watch the movie Free Solo.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing documentary. But watching this motherfucker like Free Solo fucking El Capitan in Yosemite was like gut wrenching for me. And like it's the same with this, where it's just like it's cool. It's cool you can do that. It's cool, but why?
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing right now.
Like that dude fucks up. He's gonna become a 200 pound projectile fucking on the fucking street below somewhere. You know what I mean? So why? That's all I'm saying.
No. I completely agree with you because I would never do some shit like this.
Wrong fucking move, and it's
gonna be like watching.
You're a red fucking stain on the pavement.
Yeah, and this is him climbing down. This isn't even him climbing up.
Yeah, and that's You're gonna turn into a fucking tomato can exploding on the fucking on the pavement below, or somebody's fucking car, or
that's 100% red mist when you hit the ground if you fuck.
Or you're gonna hit somebody. You're gonna hit somebody. You know what I mean? Like just fuck it. Like
because I'm not sure if you've ever seen what happens to a fucking deer when it's trying to run across the highway when a semi truck fucking slams into that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, it's like a fucking.
It disintegrates. It fucking just goes into a fucking red mist.
You get a couple fucking bone shards, all over the place, but that's just normal shit. But like, yeah,
what he's doing is about as responsible as drinking and fucking handling firearms. I'm just gonna fucking stay.
I will agree with
State
Jay
the
on
obvious-
this statement.
state the obvious on that one. Like
There is
yes,
no
and-
fucking safety to that whatsoever.
And yes, I'm talking shit because I can't do it. That's why.
I can't. You're never. I'm not, dude. You're not gonna
No.
see me.
Even if I could fucking do it, I wouldn't do it.
I've done like very, very rudimentary amounts of like rock climbing, and when I say rudimentary, I mean like basic level shit. Like out in Arizona, we'd go hiking.
Yeah.
Sometimes we had to make it certain places here and there, but we're talking like rudimentary, absolutely rudimentary.
Yeah.
That shit is so far on an extreme level above anything I've ever even attempted in my life, where it's like you can't fuck up. There's no room for a fuck up. Like this is and the way they can swallow their fear and get past that, I absolutely applaud. I can applaud that part of it.
They could swallow.
Dude, they're definitely not feeling fear. Like if you're doing some shit
At
like
this
that.
point,
like,
I'm gonna go with John's a fucking swallower. Because that's now the third time that he sounded excited when the word swallow was said.
Well, funny part is you put a French fry down my throat. I start gagging, so it's a no go for me, dog.
John has a really bad gag reflex.
Jay's seen it.
Well, you poor bastard.
Well,
The
not
side
like
of Jay's
that, not
car
like
is
that.
fucking
Oh
seen your
my
fucking
God.
stomach.
Wow, Jay says you have a really bad gag reflex, and I say, yeah, you've seen it. That's real good. That's nobody clip that, please. Nobody.
Oh, I'm going in. That's turning into a whole ass fucking short.
Hey man, that's
I don't give two flying fucks, John. We are totally gonna fucking turn that into a short. Because yeah, that's fucking gold
Fuck.
right there.
Oh man.
What was the
Oh,
time
man.
stamp so we know when to go back to find this?
106.
Okay.
You guys are silly.
106. Oh man. So what else we got going on for the week, for the future? Anything?
Got him.
How bad you
My
want to
favorite part is John's face when he looked up and fucking saw it.
how bad do you want to have a podcast, John? How bad do you want to have a podcast?
You think that's gonna you think that's gonna stop me?
I was just waiting for fucking John's camera to go dark.
I'm just waiting for the day that someone's like, you are inappropriate. You can't say things like that on the internet. And I could be like, well, have you heard what other people have said? I'm the least of your problems.
Have you ever been to Pornhub.com?
Yeah, like it's like
Have you ever been to
Not really.
fucking Reddit?
I'm sorry. Have you opened the front door of your own fucking house and stepped the fuck outside in the last 15 fucking
When
years?
was the last time you left your fucking plastic bubble?
Do you know what water tastes like?
I'm assuming wet. Like
Oh man. People
I mean,
people.
the statements earlier, apparently John knows what Jay's dick tastes like too. So
That's OPSEC stuff.
yeah, like we don't. Yeah, John doesn't like to talk about it.
Jay has no fucking problem talking about it. John's where the problem
It's
was.
really fucked up how someone's gonna take this so out of context and people will be like, "Oh shit."
That's what we. This is how we talk. This is how veterans talk. This is how we like. This would be like literally like every Monday, like in the smoke pit.
I want
after
to
shooting.
see. I want to meet one person that has never been around a veteran, that's never heard the conversations of a veteran. You know, I'm talking about these new generation woke kids, just to sit in a room and hear a conversation and go.
Let me try to get my mother-in-law to watch one episode of our fucking podcast.
No. I'm putting the kibosh on that one. Absolutely not. I'm putting absolutely kibosh in that shit. We're not doing that. No.
Jay's like, nah, go fuck yourself, Jeff. Don't know.
This is exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why. In public, I've had strangers ask me not to cuss could I please not cuss as much? Like in public, and I don't realize when I'm doing it sometimes. And that I say a word that I say a sentence that contains like 7 words, and 5 of them are fuck or some variation of. And like,
I mean, that's veteran speech. Oh,
so as much as I can hold myself back from cussing, sometimes when I get my spirits lifted or if I get excited about something, I start rattling shit out of my mouth, and it is like it is a dumpster fire of curse words used in the most pornographic and poetic ways possible. You know what I mean? And I've had strangers ask, can you please not cuss as loud or as much or like another. This is going back. This is pre-army too. I had a terrible mouth like pre-army.
Oh, Jesus.
So the
Christ,
army just like elevated it to like the next level after like I was already at a bad level with my mouth, and like I still work on it. I try to actively work on it, but when I get excited, like it starts going, and then I don't even hear it coming out of my mouth.
It's
literally-
going, it's
Apparently, the
going,
army
it's
made
going.
John go to a whole nother level with his mouth too.
Listen, boot camp.
How bad do you want to keep this podcast, John?
Oh, listen. There. I mean, there are podcasts that say some of the worst shit possible, and they're not canceled, so we're good. We're good. I'm not worried. Come after
What's
us.
the worst? We
Like
have to
French
start
people.
going live on Rumble because YouTube cans our asses.
Yeah, like what sue me for what?
You know, I'm
Excuse me for
I'm
what?
so ready for like YouTube to just be like, yeah, you can't do this anymore, and I'm gonna be like, well, that's okay because Rumble's paying us anyway.
There you go. There you go.
I mean,
Pennies.
we got
pennies.
zucked last year. It's about time to fucking for that shit to happen again.
Dude, pennies is like pennies more than like we've ever been paid from YouTube. So
We've made a whole
I
30
mean-
cents in the last 6 months, and it took 3 years to get here.
I'm just working that. I'm slanging that ass, dude. I'm out on the corner slinging that ass, dude. Like
All I know is I've been
Hell
told
yeah.
to show up at fucking, between 10:30 and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning for this shit.
like, I'm
I've
down.
just been following fucking marching orders this entire time. That's all.
Yeah, so I'm looking at
Like I don't even know how I ended up here. Just it started and we kind of just didn't stop. So like
I mean, I just, I got a message one day. It was, hey, we want you to be a guest on our show. And then now fucking I've been here for fucking 2 years, going on 3. Like,
yeah,
I just
like-
kind of got trapped.
yeah, like look,
wait, where did my stapler go? Where's my
Yeah, like,
stapler?
this is our Rumble stats. Like look at that.
What is
They
it?
look
I can't it's still too small for me to read. What are some of our stats?
37, 40, 87, 27, 26, 63.
I love how
You know?
I love how we're content with like a couple of dozen views because we really
Hold on. What was
love-
the views for last week's episode?
19. It's still growing.
I love it.
Okay, hold on.
I love that we kind of
We've got 7 on YouTube. Week
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say it. Rumble is such a great platform. It is.
I'm looking here real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, it's such a really cool platform. I think it's really good, especially for, I mean, forget the free speech stuff, right? Let's take all that freedom out of the way for a second and just like a platform for podcasters, right? And I think what Rumble does really good is that unlike YouTube, where YouTube, you can't just find like a podcast category, right? It's not bookmarked or it's not like a section. With Rumble, they have a whole section: podcasts, live podcasts, pre-recorded podcasts.
Mhm.
Just the same way that Twitch and Kick would have everything separated. It's like Rumble really finds a way for content creators over there. And I mean, you could have 6 views on that video and you're still making a penny. You know what I mean? You're still being monetized. You're still making a little money.
John and Joe, I have to make a quick correction.
Okay.
I freaking messed up a little bit earlier. The Infantry Bible is not 3-21.6 because I said 6. It's 3-21.8.
Oh.
And it's formerly FM 7-8. So like I need to correct myself so that I don't go to infantry hell freaking like, someday.
Too late.
I'm gonna put that up.
You're already there.
Yeah, because I'm still alive. That's the problem, right? Like,
infantry.
FM 3-21.8. It's formerly 7-8, and like I cannot, as a blue cord fucking wear, allow that to like be said.
Because he already fucked up. He now has lost his distancing cord.
Don't worry, infantry Moses.
Myself with the fucking blue cord later, fucking, for like the mistake that I made, right?
Fucking
Autoerotic asphyxiation. Is that what's going to happen later?
Flashing.
You're gonna choke yourself out with the blue cord while
You were a bad grunt to
beating
me.
it.
You were a bad grunt, like whipping myself with that shit. Like,
As I think fucking Jay missed everything I fucking said.
but it all made sense in the same conversation. How fucked up is that? Like, how fucked up is that? Like, it all just makes sense. But I mean,
Now that's a clip right there, John.
We really need to start. That's what we really need to do is start putting out more clips because we have the shows. Like if you watch the entire show, it can get a little. We have pauses sometimes and we have little lulls. But when all three of us are like popping and locking, we got some gold in there.
Yeah,
there's gold in these thar hills. Okay, like there's definitely some fucking diamonds in the rough. And like,
yes, there are.
Anyways, but that's almost like a metaphor for like all three of us. But hey, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I mean, shit, man, we always have a good time. We always have a good time here. I love the shit that we do here. Is there anything else happening that we missed? Anything big happened?
I'm trying to think. Like,
wow, military.com has an article that the Army's recruiting problem is male. What the fuck?
Oh, I saw that. Don't
I'm not touching that one.
Shove that shit.
No, yeah.
We're not talking about Army and recruiting. Like, I'm gonna say this much and this much only. And this is I'm 2.5 years removed from the Army. But when I left, I was in a position of special care and trust. I've seen things from the day that I joined that they're like where when you say like the writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall. And the recruiting problems they're having now are because of problems that started like about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the problems we were having 15 years ago are the problems that were starting like pre 9/11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like like this is a perpetuating the Army is this giant fucking machine.
Yes, it is.
The world is changing. That's why our song is like the Army goes rolling along. I anticipate the Army's going to have a couple of rough years coming up pretty soon. They're going to have a couple of rough years. I also anticipate that they're going to start rolling with the fucking times, because traditionally the Army's response to kind of getting caught with their pants down is to be even more progressive than people would expect them to be. And that's like usually the Army's response. So they'll find a way to get their fucking numbers.
Yeah. So
like bet money. Bet
so
money. It's gonna be a bad year to recruiting. Like just we see it all happening right now.
Yeah, and I want to say, like, I hate when these articles have like misleading titles, because like it makes it sound like, but I just looked at the article right now and it's just talking about a decline in male enlistments.
Yes, and there's a reason for that. Why would you? The Army has to look at things in a similar way as any other business, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that is how are you going to entice young men and women to do your job for whatever pay, and if it's not enticing, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. You know what? I just talked to Cleary the other day too.
I need to reach out to him. Yeah,
reach out to him. I'd love to get him back on so we could talk to him about that too, because he's got really great insight with this stuff. It's just it's an interesting thing that's happening with the country right now.
Yeah,
and it's not, and I mean, and that's not to say that just it's not just a decline in male soldiers. It's just a decline in recruits.
Yeah, it's not just because people don't want to join either. It's a lot of people have like our country has gotten like out of shape.
Yeah.
And there's other extenuating circumstances that can be disqualifiers for military service, where if you're disqualified, you're disqualified. And so there's probably been a lot of people that wanted to join or thought they wanted to join that haven't been, and like that there's a standard for a reason. Even if we sometimes scoff at the standards as veterans, like there is still a standard. And there's a reason for that. So
do you think that there is a perspective of people who feel that they don't want to serve under a specific regime? Could that be a thing too?
Barry?
No, this is cherry lime, this is cherry lime. It's like a cherry limeade. No, what I would say, John, when I was serving, I didn't give a fuck who the commander in chief was. It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with that. Like we swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a king.
That's right.
Mhm.
So like I don't give a fuck who's in charge. It's not, that's irrelevant.
Yeah,
It's
that's the way I see it too. I mean, we've heard conversations before. We've heard the conversations before. And then you have a lot of other people who like us who don't care about that shit. You know, we serve to serve for for either our own personal reasons or
my career spanned 3 presidents. Didn't matter who was in fucking charge.
mine did one. I served under the Obama administration.
I went in at the end of Bush.
Mhm.
So I went through, so I went in end of Bush. I think it was his last term, and then served through Obama's first.
Mm.
I had Obama, Trump, and then I got out in October of the year Joe Biden got sworn in.
Mhm.
You did,
So
yep.
that's like, so I had like parts of 3 basically.
For going on crew, I was a CAT counselor. I need to identify what the applicant's needs and how I can make a difference in their lives. It's, I love hearing shit like that. It's because it's all about the people.
It is.
It is.
And I think that's one of the things that you're rewarded with in service is there are good people, and you'll meet some of the fucking finest people you've ever met in your life.
That's absolutely right.
And sometimes you go and especially when there's like shared suffering and stuff like that, you're going through all this stuff, and it does forge like these bonds that are kind of like they remain unbroken, really. We drift apart sometimes after we leave service. We don't talk as much, whatever. But it's like as soon as you're back there together, in any regard, it's like it's still there, and that's like yeah.
Yeah.
When I get, I always enjoy getting visits here in Kansas City from people that are passing through,
Mhm.
because everybody like I rep Kansas City really hard, so, and I always have. So like when people are passing through, they give me a call sometimes, and it's always nice to see people when they pass through, because it's like nothing ever changed. Like we're still brothers and sisters. And
Yeah.
We are.
it's beautiful. So
Well, I mean, and that's kind of like, I enjoyed the, hospitality you gave me and the wife when we came up there, and, we didn't get to do as much together as I would have hoped, but we were able to spend some time, imbibe on a few good beverages.
enjoy each other's company.
Actually, I went out and bought a bottle of Bird Dog.
Did you really? How do you like? Have you tried it?
Well, I had one that Sunday after the show when we went up there before,
Mhm.
douchebag.
Still haven't been back, by the way. I've been good.
Good.
I've been back.
But I keep it. It's in the fucking mini fridge. So if I ever want a cold shot of fucking something random,
That's good shit, man. That's good shit. I like it.
which I ended up getting a
it was
bottle of
tasty.
Blackberry Bird Dog.
They asked me if I wanted that, and I tried it the other night. It was a few nights ago now, but they make them too sweet, and then because it's like the shit's going to turn to sugar in your body no matter what. That's kind of the point of whiskey. It's kind of the point of whiskey is like it can be tasty. There's nothing wrong with tasty whiskey, but when you make it too sweet, it's like you're drinking sugar on top of fucking sugar. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what it fucking turns into in your fucking stomach.
Look at the labeling on that bottle. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Buffalo Trace. That's some good shit. That's some good fucking shit.
This is a
Buffalo
good
Trace is
thing.
really good whiskey. That's a really good fucking whiskey.
My only complaint is, so when we were out there, I saw it at that gas station we went to that Monday before heading to your house. They overcharged like a motherfucker for this.
It's big out here. That's why.
So
there's a lot of demand for it out
There's
here.
a demand. I was about to say, yep.
So the thing is, in
everybody-
North Carolina, because we're controlled by the state with our alcohol,
they can't they can't charge more than a certain amount for it.
they can't charge over MSRP. So it's $29 for a bottle here,
You lucky bastard.
where out there it's $50 for the exact same fucking bottle.
What?
He's not lying. He's not lying. That's exactly.
Holy
That's exactly.
Because that gas station had a bottle right there behind the counter, and it had a sticker on it, and it was fucking $50.
Yep.
Because I looked at the price because I thought about picking it up and then just checking my fucking bag on the way home to be able to take it home with me.
It's a
And
good
then I was
whiskey.
like, no.
It's a good fucking whiskey, John. Don't get me wrong. It's a good
I
whiskey.
believe it looks good.
It is.
It looks smooth.
But the thing is, so because of it being controlled by the state here, and the way whiskey works is they have what's called allocated whiskeys, and anything from the Buffalo Trace distillery is an allocated bourbon or an allocated whiskey, whether it's Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, Eagle Rare, Stag, Weller's, or Pappy Van Winkle. Those are considered allocated bourbons. They're different levels of bourbon from the same distillery. So North Carolina only gets a shipment in from that distillery once a quarter. So once every 3 months. The last shipment they got in from that distillery was the day I got married, because we went into the liquor store. I was getting a bottle of tequila for the wife for the after party after the wedding, and they had just got a shipment in of these. Normally they have them limited to 1 bottle per person, and they didn't have the limit on them, so I picked up 2 bottles that day.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so it'll be another 3 months before I even am able to fucking get a bottle.
Holy shit. So you better sip that responsibly.
But because I have so many, I mean, I've got 3 bottles on my shelf here that are open that I have, they've been open for fucking months, and just here and there I'll have a glass.
Now,
So,
And again, we're going back to, we kind of, we present ourselves on this show a certain way sometimes, like, and we like to refer to it as kayfabe, where we're kind of like party animals and like having a good time, and like, a middle age, basically a middle-aged Wayne's World, right?
yeah.
But the reality is, all 3 of us are like extremely boring in our regular lives, like extremely fucking boring. And it's like we do some fun stuff sometimes, we really do.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, we're pretty fucking boring. Like, we're all kind of nerdy, and like we don't fuck around. So
I mean, shit, my week consists of
we're family men, so that comes with responsibilities and stuff. So like,
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, my real life, week to week, I sit in front of a computer for 8 hours a day to work. I get off work, I have dinner with the wife, and then I come back up in the office and I sit in front of a fucking computer for another 3 or 4 hours and play fucking video games in the evenings.
right.
And drink 1 or 2 beers. If I'm not in a beer mood, I'll have a glass of fucking whiskey while I'm playing my video game.
Right.
And then I go to bed, rinse and repeat. That's my fucking life.
Groundhog Day.
I don't go out. I don't go party. I don't go to fucking clubs and bars that often.
Yep.
Because I don't.
It's not.
I'm middle aged now. I don't have a need to fucking go out every fucking night and do something.
Sure. And that's when we do go out, it makes it nicer. It's like, it's a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more fun.
Because me and the wife, we try to at least once a month, if not twice a month, go downtown, find a new spot to eat, somewhere we haven't tried yet, and then we go to there's a brewery right across from a barcade. So a barcade is pretty much, it's called Boxcar Arcade. It's got a bunch of old quarter machines. So, we'll go in there. I'll throw a $20 bill into the fucking token machine, get $20 worth of tokens, and play fucking Pac-Man for 4
fuck
hours.
around, have a couple of beers, and fucking
Have a couple beers there.
Yep.
Then, once we blow through the quarters, we'll go over to the brewery across the street from it, have a couple beers there, and then Uber back home.
That's what I'm saying, and that's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's just like it's easy to get we live in this world that it puts everything under such a microscope. Like, you shouldn't have to explain yourself when you go out and have a good time once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what
And I want to say here, hey, Jammin, I just want to say, I think that's pretty eventful, and I also think that's beautiful that you do that, because there are people who walk away from their own children,
Mhm.
and for different reasons, and there you are taking care of your
Happy
your
Father's Day, brother.
lifeblood.
Happy
Yeah.
Father's
Happy
Day.
Happy Father's
man.
Day.
That's a real
So-
that's a real
We got-
motherfucker right there, dude.
Mhm.
So I just want to, we got it. We're coming to the end right now. I just want to say, guys, if you need anything at all, make sure to check out Well, if you want to see other content, check out the socials, check out the website, the Clean Sanchez Media, for any type of merch. We have more episodes every Sunday. You guys know this already. It's been a very wild ride. We're here in the summer, and I just want to say people are partying, and some of those people who are partying are not feeling all right. Okay. And yeah, we talk about how some of us love to drink, some of us love to smoke, and that's great. But you also have to remember that this stuff kind of alters your way of thinking if you are in a state of mind that isn't healthy at the moment. And you know, I am encouraging you to make smarter choices, because sometimes the bad choices lead into worse choices, and I mean it could result to something with the law or even with your life. You know, if you're going through something, maybe some of these things are not the best outlets to go, and that's including cannabis too. Okay, because there are some people who smoke cannabis and they develop psychosis. They're, you know,
different people have different reactions to different drugs.
Exactly, and that's the same.
Alcohol is a drug. Marijuana is a drug. Freaking the prescription pills that we have to take sometimes for whatever is ailing us at the time. Those are drugs.
Yep.
There is a measure of responsibility and self-awareness. You have to have some level of self-awareness over what you imbibe in and what you choose to imbibe in, and what your reasoning is for imbibing in it in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have to be honest. We have to be very honest with ourselves about that stuff. Yeah. Is it medicinally, or is this becoming something that it's not supposed to be?
I look at it this way too. You're in a great mood, right? You decide, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends to the bar tonight, but your energy is so high on the positive train, right? It's so high up there. And what happens? You go out, you drink, and you have the time of your life. So now, what happens if you are the complete opposite of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So, because we're on the final thought, I'm going to go into a little bit of
go ahead. Go ahead.
The thing here, because we've talked about drinking and sobriety and all that stuff. So a little bit on me. When I got out of the Army, I've told the story about the accident in the wheelchair and all that, and I resorted to, because I was so depressed and down, I resorted to the bottle. I wasn't making good choices with drinking. I wasn't doing the right thing with drinking. I actually ended up getting completely sober for 2 years. Now I know my limits. And yes, I drink again, but I drink in moderation. So the other thing is, when you're feeling down and depressed at the same time, and the guys are like, hey, let's go out to the bar, it might not be the best choice at that moment for you to do that. Yes, you want to go out and hang out with the guys and your friends and whatnot and have a good time. But when you're in that mindset and you're down, you're depressed, you're feeling lonely, you feel like, there's nothing left.
It's going to times two it.
It's going to times two it. The alcohol's not going to help, because I've been there. I've been through that. It's definitely not a good thing to do. So, you got to know your own limits. You got to learn your limits if you don't know them yet.
You're damn right. And in saying all that, guys, make sure you dial 988. You could text or call, or you could dial 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Someone's there to listen to you today. It's right. If you're feeling down right now, you don't want to talk to a friend, a family, a stranger, your pet, call them. They're there. They are available at this moment for anything that you guys need. So make sure you guys check yourselves, wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, really evaluate how you're feeling that day, make your beds, and it's, let me tell you something. I've been making, I don't do it every day, but I've been doing it kind of a lot more. Making your bed really just kind of changes your attitude.
I might have to look into that, John. I might have to look into that.
So on that, there is a YouTube video. I think it was an admiral, a retired admiral
Yeah.
from the Navy.
He came out with
I'm
the
familiar
book.
with the
Speaking
speech.
about,
I'm
yeah,
familiar
if
with
you're
the
familiar with the speech, because that did definitely change my mindset on a lot of things. That speech that he gave.
I believe he came out with a book for it too. I'm almost
just-
certain.
It's an attitude. It's a demeanor and it's a discipline.
It's a discipline. It's a mindset. It's a demeanor. It's an attitude. It's a whole fucking lifestyle.
And if you could just start with, and the idea is that you start with one thing every day. You know, like for me
Mhm.
personally, individually, it's showering. I have to fucking shower first thing in the morning. Like it might not be 5 seconds after I wake up, but at some point every single morning I have to get in the shower.
Fuck,
And,
I work from
and
home.
sometimes I shower at night too. Like
So-
I can't help it. Like it's
So
like
yeah, so the big thing is I work from home. I am not productive at work unless I shower before I fucking come into my office. I have to shower. I get dressed as if I'm going to a physical fucking office.
Yep.
And then I come into my office and start work.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
telling you,
Well,
I'm telling you, shit
yeah.
works, man.
It's
Shit
little
works.
things, guys. Little things. Well, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you here in 160 hours, same place, sometimes the same hour. Sometimes.
Love
But
you
we
guys.
love you guys. Take
Happy
it
Father's
easy.
Day.
Happy Father's Day.